CLEP English Literature Practice Questions 2026. Question 1. Preparing a CLEP-style clue, identify the device described as a rhymed pair of iambic pentameter lines often used in neoclassical poetry. Option A, comedy of manners. Option B, heroic couplet. Option C, ode. Option D, enjambment. The correct answer is option B, heroic couplet. Heroic couplet fits because it means a rhymed pair of iambic pentameter lines often used in neoclassical poetry. Ode and comedy of manners refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Enjambment is also different, blank verse is unrhymed, Spenserian stanza has 9 lines, ballad meter is song-like and narrative. Question 2. When a passage shows drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class, and witty conversation, which term fits? Option A, synecdoche. Option B, comedy of manners. Option C, assonance. Option D, allusion. The correct answer is option B, comedy of manners. Comedy of manners fits because it means drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class, and witty conversation. Allusion and synecdoche refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Assonance is also different, tragedy centers on suffering or downfall, melodrama heightens emotion, epic narrates heroic action. Question 3. During terminology review, which term matches giving human qualities to an animal, object, or abstract idea? Option A, personification. Option B, epic. Option C, pastoral. Option D, synecdoche. The correct answer is option A, personification. Personification fits because it means giving human qualities to an animal, object, or abstract idea. Synecdoche and pastoral refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Epic is also different, metaphor compares unlike things, irony contrasts meaning and appearance, caesura marks a pause. Question 4. Examining a CLEP-style clue, how is a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry usually labeled? Option A, caesura. Option B, irony. Option C, kenning. Option D, assonance. The correct answer is option C, ing. Kenning fits because it means a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry. Irony and caesura refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Assonance is also different, conceit is usually a longer elaborate comparison, epithet is a descriptive tag, metonymy uses association rather than compounding. Question 5. During author review, which writer belongs with King Lear? Option A, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, W. B. Yeats. Option D, George Herbert. The correct answer is option B, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because King Lear is a tragedy about authority, family betrayal, madness, and suffering. W. B. Yeats is linked to the Second Coming, George Herbert is linked to the Temple. Percy Bysshe Shelley points instead to Ode to the West Wind, so it does not match this clue. Question 6. If a clue names Midnight's Children, which author is expected? Option A, Salman Rushdie. Option B, D. H. Lawrence. Option C, Andrew Marvell. Option D, T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option A, Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie fits because Midnight's Children is a post-colonial novel using magical realism to connect personal and national history. D. H. Lawrence is linked to Sons and Lovers, Andrew Marvell is linked to his coy mistress. T.S. Eliot points instead to the wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 7. Testing a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to William Shakespeare? Option A, Dr. Faustus. Option B, Hard Times. Option C, Don Juan. Option D, Sonnets. The correct answer is option D, Sonnets. Sonnets fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a sonnet sequence often tested for rhyme scheme, love, time, beauty, and mortality. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron, Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. Hard Times belongs with Charles Dickens, not this author clue. Question 8. Who wrote the Rime of the Ancient Mariner? Option A, John Donne. Option B, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option C, Lord Byron. Option D, Kazuo Ishiguro. The correct answer is option B, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Samuel Taylor Coleridge fits because the Rime of the Ancient Mariner is a supernatural romantic ballad involving guilt, punishment, and imaginative vision. John Donne is linked to Holy Sonnets, Lord Byron is linked to Don Juan. Kazuo Ishiguro points instead to the remains of the day, so it does not match this clue. Question 9. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, during author review, which writer belongs with The Tempest? Option A, T.S. Eliot. Option B, Edmund Spenser. Option C, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option D, William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option D, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because The Tempest is a late romance involving Prospero, magic, forgiveness, and colonial questions. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Wasteland. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. Edmund Spenser points instead to the Faerie Queene, so it does not match this clue. Question 10. Identify the device described as a poem of mourning, often reflecting on death and loss. Option A, elegy. Option B, pastoral. Option C, simile. Option D, Spenserian stanza. The correct answer is option A, elegy. Elegy fits because it means a poem of mourning, often reflecting on death and loss. Pastoral and Spenserian stanza refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Simile is also different. Ode praises or meditates formally, satire mocks folly, ballad tells a song-like story. Question 11. Preparing a CLEP-style clue. When a passage shows a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener, which term fits? Option A, heroic couplet. Option B, apostrophe. Option C, metonymy. Option D, dramatic monologue. The correct answer is option D, dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue fits because it means a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener. Metonymy and apostrophe refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Heroic couplet is also different. Elegy mourns the dead, epic narrates heroic action, ode is a formal lyric of praise or meditation. Question 12. Who wrote The Importance of Being Earnest? Option A, William Shakespeare. Option B, Oscar Wilde. Option C, Charles Dickens. Option D, Ben Jonson. The correct answer is option B, Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde fits because The Importance of Being Earnest is a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet, Ben Jonson is linked to Volpone. Charles Dickens points instead to Great Expectations, so it does not match this clue. Question 13. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue. Recognizing Charles Dickens should lead to which title? Option A, Tom Jones. Option B, Hard Times. Option C, The Golden Notebook. Option D, The Second Coming. The correct answer is option B, Hard Times. Hard Times fits because it is Charles Dickens's work, a Victorian social problem novel criticizing industrial utilitarianism and dehumanizing education. The Second Coming is associated with W. B. Yeats. The Golden Notebook is associated with Doris Lessing. Tom Jones belongs with Henry Fielding, not this author clue. Question 14. How would a clue about Edmund Spenser most likely be answered? Option A, The Faerie Queene. Option B, The Canterbury Tales. Option C, Jane Eyre. Option D, The Tempest. The correct answer is option A, The Faerie Queene. The Faerie Queene fits because it is Edmund Spenser's work, an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. Jane Eyre is associated with Charlotte Brontë. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. The Tempest belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 15. Recall which author is known for Hard Times? Option A, Thomas Hardy. Option B, Charles Dickens. Option C, Jonathan Swift. Option D, T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option B, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens fits because Hard Times is a Victorian social problem novel criticizing industrial utilitarianism and dehumanizing education. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Wasteland. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels. Thomas Hardy points instead to Tess of the D'Urbervilles, so it does not match this clue. Question 16. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue. Recognizing two consecutive lines of verse, usually linked by rhyme or thought points to which term? Option A, octave. Option B, foreshadowing. Option C, frame narrative. Option D, couplet. The correct answer is option D, couplet. Couplet fits because it means two consecutive lines of verse, usually linked by rhyme or thought. Frame narrative and octave refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Foreshadowing is also different. Octave is 8 lines, sestet is 6 lines, stanza is a larger grouped unit. Question 17. Which period is most associated with pilgrimage frames, estates satire, romance, and the transition from Old to Middle English? Option A, Renaissance. Option B, Victorian. Option C, post-colonial. Option D, Middle English/medieval. The correct answer is option D, Middle English/medieval. Middle English/medieval fits because it is commonly linked with pilgrimage frames, estates satire, romance, and the transition from Old to Middle English. Renaissance is different because Renaissance writing is linked to humanism, drama, and sonnet sequences. Victorian and post-colonial point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 18. Comparing a CLEP style clue, can a CLEP item about William Shakespeare point to which work? Option A, Middlemarch. Option B, Omrose. Option C, To His Coy Mistress. Option D, A Midsummer Night's Dream. The correct answer is option D, A Midsummer Night's Dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a comedy that mixes lovers, fairies, mistaken identities, and theatrical play. Omrose is associated with Derek Walcott, Middlemarch is associated with George Eliot. To His Coy Mistress belongs with Andrew Marvell, not this author clue. Question 19. Among these terms, which one names a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing? Option A, mock epic. Option B, enjambment. Option C, tragedy. Option D, apostrophe. The correct answer is option D, apostrophe. Apostrophe fits because it means a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing. Mock epic and tragedy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Enjambment is also different. Soliloquy is a speech by a character alone on stage. Satire attacks folly. Metonymy substitutes an associated term. Question 20. How should a reader label a passage where a comparison explicitly uses like or as? Option A, paradox. Option B, metaphor. Option C, synecdoche. Option D, simile. The correct answer is option D, simile. Simile fits because simile is the figure of comparison signaled by words such as like or as. Metaphor is wrong because metaphor implies comparison without those words. Synecdoche and paradox describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 21. Preparing a CLEP-style clue when Chinua Achebe appears in review, which title fits? Option A, Sonnets from the Portuguese. Option B, King Lear. Option C, Things Fall Apart. Option D, Orinoco. The correct answer is option C, Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart fits because it is Chinua Achebe's work, a post-colonial novel about Igbo society, colonial disruption and cultural conflict. Orinoco is associated with Afro-Ben, Sonnets from the Portuguese is associated with Elizabeth Barrett Browning. King Lear belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 22. Studying a CLEP-style clue, recognizing Lemuel Gulliver points to which work? Option A, Mrs. Dalloway. Option B, Gulliver's Travels. Option C, Hamlet. Option D, Sonnets from the Portuguese. The correct answer is option B, Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver is the traveler through Swift's satiric worlds. Crusoe belongs to Defoe, Elizabeth Bennet belongs to Austen, Estragon belongs to Beckett. Question 23. Select the term for a 19-line poem with repeated lines and 2 repeating rhymes. Option A, metonymy. Option B, alliteration. Option C, villanelle. Option D, narrator. The correct answer is option C, villanelle. Villanelle fits because it means a 19-line poem with repeated lines and 2 repeating rhymes. Narrator and metonymy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Alliteration is also different. Sonnet has 14 lines, ode is a formal lyric, epic is a long heroic narrative. Question 24. During passage analysis, which term matches the clue that characters named for virtues or vices act out a moral journey? Option A, realism. Option B, allegory. Option C, assonance. Option D, soliloquy. The correct answer is option B, allegory. Allegory fits because allegory gives narrative elements sustained symbolic meanings, often moral or religious. Realism is wrong because realism emphasizes ordinary believable life. Assonance and soliloquy describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 25. Considering a CLEP-style clue, if you see Charles Dickens, which title should you remember? Option A, Sons and Lovers. Option B, The Second Coming. Option C, Great Expectations. Option D, Dover Beach. The correct answer is option C, Great Expectations. Great Expectations fits because it is Charles Dickens's work, a Victorian Bildungsroman about pip, class aspiration, guilt, and moral growth. The Second Coming is associated with W. B. Yeats. Sons and Lovers is associated with D. H. Lawrence. Dover Beach belongs with Matthew Arnold, not this author clue. Question 26. Study cards should connect Joseph Conrad with which work? Option A, Heart of Darkness. Option B, Dr. Faustus. Option C, My Last Duchess. Option D, In Memoriam AHH. The correct answer is option A, Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness fits because it is Joseph Conrad's work, a modern novella exploring imperialism, moral darkness, narration, and ambiguity. In Memoriam AHH is associated with Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. My Last Duchess belongs with Robert Browning, not this author. Clue. Question 27. Recall which author is known for A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option A. Salman Rushdie. Option B. William Shakespeare. Option C. T.S. Eliot. Option D. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. The correct answer is option B. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because A Midsummer Night's Dream is a comedy that mixes lovers, fairies, mistaken identities, and theatrical play. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Waste Land. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. Elizabeth Barrett Browning points instead to sonnets from the Portuguese, so it does not match this clue. Question 28. Who wrote The Temple? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. George Herbert. Option C. Lawrence Sterne. Option D. Anonymous Old English poet. The correct answer is option B. George Herbert. George Herbert fits because The Temple is a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. Anonymous Old English poet is linked to Beowulf. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Lawrence Sterne points instead to Tristram Shandy, so it does not match this clue. Question 29. Among these terms, which one names third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom? Option A. Caesura. Option B. Paradox. Option C. Free indirect discourse. Option D. Kenning. The correct answer is option C. Free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because it means third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom. Kenning and paradox refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Caesura is also different. First person uses I. Omniscient narration is broadly all-knowing. Dramatic irony depends on audience knowledge. Question 30. Recognizing Pip and Miss Havisham points to which work? Option A. The Second Coming. Option B. Robinson Crusoe. Option C. Sons and Lovers. Option D. Great Expectations. The correct answer is option D. Great Expectations. Pip and Miss Havisham belong to Dickens's Victorian novel about class, guilt, and moral growth. Tess belongs to Hardy. Stephen Dedalus belongs to Joyce. Okonkwo belongs to Achebe. Question 31. When a CLEP-style passage shows that an image or idea keeps recurring and builds meaning across a work, which answer works? Option A. Diction. Option B. Theme. Option C. Motif. Option D. Meter. The correct answer is option C. Motif. Motif fits because motif is a recurring element that supports themes and patterns in a text. Theme is wrong because theme is the broader insight or central idea. Meter and diction describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 32. During character review, which work belongs with Dorothea Brooke? Option A. Middlemarch. Option B. Jane Eyre. Option C. Othello. Option D. Beowulf. The correct answer is option A. Middlemarch. Dorothea Brooke is a central figure in George Eliot's realist Victorian novel. Elizabeth Bennet is Austen's heroine. Clarissa Dalloway is Wolfe's character. Satan is Milton's epic rebel. Question 33. During author review, which writer belongs with Mrs. Dalloway? Option A. T.S. Eliot. Option B. Matthew Arnold. Option C. George Herbert. Option D. Virginia Woolf. The correct answer is option D. Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf fits because Mrs. Dalloway is a modernist novel using stream of consciousness, memory, and a single-day structure. George Herbert is linked to The Temple. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Waste Land. Matthew Arnold points instead to Dover Beach, so it does not match this clue. Question 34. If a clue names Middlemarch, which author is expected? Option A. John Milton. Option B. George Eliot. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Chinua Achebe. The correct answer is option B. George Eliot. George Eliot fits because Middlemarch is a realist Victorian novel known for social breadth, moral complexity, and Dorothea Brooke. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. John Milton points instead to Paradise Lost, so it does not match this clue. Question 35. Among these titles, which one contains Elizabeth Bennet? Option A. Middlemarch. Option B. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option C. Pride and Prejudice. Option D. North. The correct answer is option C. Pride and Prejudice. Elizabeth Bennet is Austen's witty heroine in A Novel of Manners. Dorothea Brooke belongs to Middlemarch, Clarissa Dalloway belongs to Mrs. Dalloway, Ophelia belongs to Hamlet. Question 36. Which author is most closely associated with In Memoriam AHH? Option A. John Bunyan. Option B. Daniel Defoe. Option C. Oscar Wilde. Option D. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. The correct answer is option D. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Alfred, Lord Tennyson fits because In Memoriam AHH is a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. Daniel Defoe is linked to Robinson Crusoe. Oscar Wilde is linked to the importance of being earnest. John Bunyan points instead to the Pilgrim's Progress, so it does not match this clue. Question 37. When Sons and Lovers appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Robert Browning. Option B. D.H. Lawrence. Option C. William Wordsworth. Option D. Jane Austen. The correct answer is option B. D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence fits because Sons and Lovers is a modern novel of psychological realism, family bonds, sexuality, and class tension. William Wordsworth is linked to lyrical ballads. Robert Browning is linked to My Last Duchess. Jane Austen points instead to Pride and Prejudice, so it does not match this clue. Question 38. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, should things fall apart be matched with which writer? Option A. Doris Lessing. Option B. T.S. Eliot. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Chinua Achebe. The correct answer is option D. Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe fits because Things Fall Apart is a post-colonial novel about Igbo society, colonial disruption, and cultural conflict. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Doris Lessing is linked to The Golden Notebook. T.S. Eliot points instead to The Wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 39. Choose the work most closely linked with Oscar Wilde. Option A. The Importance of Being Earnest. Option B. Tristram Shandy. Option C. Gulliver's Travels. Option D. Beowulf. The correct answer is option A. The Importance of Being Earnest. The Importance of Being Earnest fits because it is Oscar Wilde's work, a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. Tristram Shandy is associated with Lawrence Sterne. Beowulf is associated with anonymous Old English poet. Gulliver's Travels belongs with Jonathan Swift, not this author clue. Question 40. Which author is most closely associated with The Wasteland? Option A. John Milton. Option B. Joseph Conrad. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option D. T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot fits because The Wasteland is a modernist poem marked by fragmentation, illusion, spiritual dryness, and cultural crisis. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Joseph Conrad is linked to Heart of Darkness. John Milton points instead to Paradise Lost, so it does not match this clue. Question 41. When Waiting for Godot appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option B. Samuel Beckett. Option C. T.S. Eliot. Option D. William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option B. Samuel Beckett. Samuel Beckett fits because Waiting for Godot is an absurdist drama centered on waiting, repetition, uncertainty, and minimal action. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Alfred, Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam AHH. T.S. Eliot points instead to The Wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 42. Recognizing Kazuo Ishiguro should lead to which title? Option A. The Remains of the Day. Option B. Things Fall Apart. Option C. The Golden Notebook. Option D. Dr. Faustus. The correct answer is option A. The Remains of the Day. The Remains of the Day fits because it is Kazuo Ishiguro's work, a late 20th century novel about memory, restraint, class, and missed emotional truth. Things Fall Apart is associated with Chinua Achebe. The Golden Notebook is associated with Doris Lessing. Dr. Faustus belongs with Christopher Marlowe, not this author clue. Question 43. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about T.S. Eliot most likely be answered? Option A. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option B. Dr. Faustus. Option C. Ulysses. Option D. The Golden Notebook. The correct answer is option A. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock fits because it is T.S. Eliot's work, a modernist dramatic monologue about paralysis, self-consciousness, and urban alienation. Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. The Golden Notebook is associated with Doris Lessing. Ulysses belongs with James Joyce, not this author clue. Question 44. Which period is most associated with intellectual conceits, paradox, argumentative speakers, and spiritual or erotic wit? Option A, Romantic poetry. Option B, Old English poetry. Option C, Victorian realism. Option D, metaphysical poetry. The correct answer is option D, metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry fits because it is commonly linked with intellectual conceits, paradox, argumentative speakers, and spiritual or erotic wit. Romantic poetry is different because romantic poetry favors imagination, nature, and emotional intensity. Victorian realism and Old English poetry point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 45. When My Last Duchess appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, Mary Shelley. Option B, Charlotte Brontë. Option C, Ben Jonson. Option D, Robert Browning. The correct answer is option D, Robert Browning. Robert Browning fits because My Last Duchess is a dramatic monologue revealing character through a speaker's controlled self-exposure. Mary Shelley is linked to Frankenstein, Ben Jonson is linked to Volpone, Charlotte Brontë points instead to Jane Eyre, so it does not match this clue. Question 46. Among these choices, which one explains a passage where one thing is described as another without using like or as? Option A, simile. Option B, metonymy. Option C, metaphor. Option D, hyperbole. The correct answer is option C, metaphor. Metaphor fits because metaphor makes an implied comparison between unlike things. Simile is wrong because simile compares using like or as. Metonymy and hyperbole describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 47. Among these writers, who is linked to Ode to the West Wind? Option A, anonymous Old English poet. Option B, Joseph Conrad. Option C, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option D, John Donne. The correct answer is option C, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley fits because Ode to the West Wind is a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. John Donne is linked to Holy Sonnets, anonymous Old English poet is linked to Beowulf. Joseph Conrad points instead to Heart of Darkness, so it does not match this clue. Question 48. Among these works, which one is by Samuel Beckett? Option A, Middlemarch. Option B, Hard Times. Option C, Waiting for Godot. Option D, Tristram Shandy. The correct answer is option C, Waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot fits because it is Samuel Beckett's work, an absurdist drama centered on waiting, repetition, uncertainty, and minimal action. Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens, Middlemarch is associated with George Eliot, Tristram Shandy belongs with Lawrence Sterne, not this author clue. Question 49. When the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, Jane Austen. Option B, Thomas Hardy. Option C, John Keats. Option D, T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option D, T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot fits because the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock is a modernist dramatic monologue about paralysis, self-consciousness, and urban alienation. John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian Urn, Thomas Hardy is linked to Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Jane Austen points instead to Pride and Prejudice, so it does not match this clue. Question 50. Should Beowulf be matched with which writer? Option A, anonymous Old English poet. Option B, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option C, T.S. Eliot. Option D, Charlotte Brontë. The correct answer is option A, anonymous Old English poet. Anonymous Old English poet fits because Beowulf is an Anglo-Saxon heroic epic built around monsters, loyalty, fame, and alliterative verse. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Wasteland, Charlotte Brontë is linked to Jane Eyre. Samuel Taylor Coleridge points instead to the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, so it does not match this clue. Question 51. During terminology review, which term matches the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words? Option A, sestet. Option B, alliteration. Option C, foreshadowing. Option D, heroic couplet. The correct answer is option B, alliteration. Alliteration fits because it means the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words. Heroic couplet and foreshadowing refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Sestet is also different, assonance repeats vowel sounds, metaphor makes an implied comparison, satire mocks vice or folly. Question 52. Studying a CLEP style clue, recognizing Geoffrey Chaucer should lead to which title? Option A, The Canterbury Tales. Option B, Sonnets from the Portuguese. Option C, Dover Beach. Option D, Gulliver's Travels. The correct answer is option A, The Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Tales fits because it is Geoffrey Chaucer's work, a Middle English frame narrative that uses pilgrims to create a state satire. Gulliver's Travels is associated with Jonathan Swift, Dover Beach is associated with Matthew Arnold. Sonnets from the Portuguese belongs with Elizabeth Barrett Browning, not this author clue. Question 53. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about George Herbert most likely be answered? Option A. Sonnets from the Portuguese. Option B. Gulliver's Travels. Option C. The Temple. Option D. A Midsummer Night's Dream. The correct answer is option C. The Temple. The Temple fits because it is George Herbert's work, a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. Gulliver's Travels is associated with Jonathan Swift. Sonnets from the Portuguese belongs with Elizabeth Barrett Browning, not this author clue. Question 54. If a poem uses a novel told through letters or documents, which device is present? Option A. Metaphor. Option B. Rhyme scheme. Option C. Dramatic irony. Option D. Epistolary novel. The correct answer is option D. Epistolary novel. Epistolary novel fits because it means a novel told through letters or documents. Rhyme scheme and dramatic irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Metaphor is also different. Frame narrative embeds stories inside a larger story. Dramatic monologue is a poem with one speaker. Satire mocks social faults. Question 55. Study cards should connect Alexander Pope with which work? Option A. The Rape of the Lock. Option B. L.E. Mort d'Arthur. Option C. Heart of Darkness. Option D. Olmrose. The correct answer is option A. The Rape of the Lock. The Rape of the Lock fits because it is Alexander Pope's work, a mock-heroic poem using heroic couplets to satirize social vanity. Olmrose is associated with Derek Walcott. L.E. Mort d'Arthur is associated with Sir Thomas Malory. Heart of Darkness belongs with Joseph Conrad, not this author clue. Question 56. If a song-like poem tells a story in simple repeated stanzas, which concept is being tested? Option A. Mock epic. Option B. Sonnet. Option C. Ballad. Option D. Elegy. The correct answer is option C. Ballad. Ballad fits because ballads are narrative, song-like poems often using repetition, dialogue, and strong rhythms. Elegy is wrong because elegy mourns death or loss. Mock epic and sonnet describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 57. When Tristram Shandy appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Salman Rushdie. Option B. Edmund Spenser. Option C. Lawrence Sterne. Option D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option C. Lawrence Sterne. Lawrence Sterne fits because Tristram Shandy is an experimental 18th century novel famous for digression and playful narration. Edmund Spenser is linked to the Fairy Queen. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. T.S. Eliot points instead to the wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 58. When Heathcliff and Catherine appears in a CLEP-style item, which work fits? Option A. Robinson Crusoe. Option B. The Fairy Queen. Option C. Pride and Prejudice. Option D. Wuthering Heights. The correct answer is option D. Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff and Catherine are at the emotional center of Emily Bronte's Gothic novel. Pip belongs to Great Expectations, Dorothea belongs to Middlemarch, Belinda belongs to The Rape of the Lock. Question 59. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, choose the work most closely linked with Thomas Hardy. Option A. Jane Eyre. Option B. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option C. Lyrical Ballads. Option D. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The correct answer is option B. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Tess of the D'Urbervilles fits because it is Thomas Hardy's work, a late Victorian tragic novel involving social judgment, fate, sexuality, and rural change. Jane Eyre is associated with Charlotte Bronte. Lyrical Ballads is associated with William Wordsworth. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner belongs with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, not this author clue. Question 60. When Jonathan Swift appears in review, which title fits? Option A. Things Fall Apart. Option B. Sons and Lovers. Option C. Gulliver's Travels. Option D. Macbeth. The correct answer is option C. Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver's Travels fits because it is Jonathan Swift's work, a prose satire that attacks politics, science, pride, and human folly. Macbeth is associated with William Shakespeare. Sons and Lovers is associated with D. H. Lawrence. Things Fall Apart belongs with Chinua Achebe, not this author clue. Question 61. When Wuthering Heights appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Chinua Achebe. Option B. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option C. Emily Bronte. Option D. Oscar Wilde. The correct answer is option C. Emily Bronte. Emily Bronte fits because Wuthering Heights is a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. Oscar Wilde is linked to the importance of being earnest. Alfred, Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam AHH. Chinua Achebe points instead to Things Fall Apart, so it does not match this clue. Question 62. Recognizing Lord Byron should lead to which title? Option A. Volpone. Option B. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option C. Orinoco. Option D. Don Juan. The correct answer is option D. Don Juan. Don Juan fits because it is Lord Byron's work, a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Orinoco is associated with Aphra Behn, A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. Volpone belongs with Ben Jonson, not this author clue. Question 63. How should a character clue about Iago be answered? Option A. Troilus and Cresside. Option B. Holy Sonnets. Option C. Othello. Option D. Gulliver's Travels. The correct answer is option C. Othello. Iago is the manipulator whose deception drives Othello's jealousy. Satan belongs to Paradise Lost, Prospero belongs to The Tempest, Pip belongs to Great Expectations. Question 64. If a sentence runs beyond the line break before completing its grammar, which concept is being tested? Option A. Enjambment. Option B. Alliteration. Option C. Caesura. Option D. End stopping. The correct answer is option A. Enjambment. Enjambment fits because enjambment occurs when syntax flows past the end of a poetic line, often increasing movement or suspense. Caesura is wrong because caesura is a pause within a line. End stopping and alliteration describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 65. Recognizing 5 iambic feet, usually 10 syllables with an unstressed stressed pattern points to which term? Option A. Illusion. Option B. Iambic pentameter. Option C. Motif. Option D. Satire. The correct answer is option B. Iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter fits because it means 5 iambic feet, usually 10 syllables with an unstressed stressed pattern. Motif and satire refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Illusion is also different. Trochaic meter begins stressed unstressed, free verse lacks regular meter, anapest has 2 unstressed syllables before a stressed one. Question 66. Which term describes a larger story that contains one or more smaller stories? Option A. Iambic pentameter. Option B. Elegy. Option C. Assonance. Option D. Frame narrative. The correct answer is option D. Frame narrative. Frame narrative fits because it means a larger story that contains one or more smaller stories. Assonance and iambic pentameter refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Elegy is also different. Bildungsroman follows growth to maturity, allegory uses sustained symbols, pastoral idealizes rural settings. Question 67. Can a CLEP item about Geoffrey Chaucer point to which work? Option A. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option B. Paradise Lost. Option C. Ellie Morte d'Arthur. Option D. Troilus and Cresside. The correct answer is option D. Troilus and Cresside. Troilus and Cresside fits because it is Geoffrey Chaucer's work, a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is associated with T.S. Eliot. Paradise Lost is associated with John Milton. Ellie Morte d'Arthur belongs with Sir Thomas Malory, not this author clue. Question 68. Which work includes Vladimir and Estragon? Option A. The Fairy Queen. Option B. Waiting for Godot. Option C. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option D. Great Expectations. The correct answer is option B. Waiting for Godot. Vladimir and Estragon wait through Beckett's absurdist drama. Hamlet and Horatio belong to Shakespeare, Jane and Rochester belong to Bronte, Gulliver and the Houyhnhnms belong to Swift. Question 69. How should a CLEP author clue for Pride and Prejudice be answered? Option A. Samuel Johnson. Option B. Jane Austen. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Charlotte Bronte. The correct answer is option B. Jane Austen. Jane Austen fits because Pride and Prejudice is a novel of manners centered on courtship, class, irony, and moral judgment. Charlotte Bronte is linked to Jane Eyre. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Samuel Johnson points instead to preface to Shakespeare, so it does not match this clue. Question 70. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue during terminology review, which term matches the voice that tells a story? Option A, tragedy. Option B, sestet. Option C, narrator. Option D, comedy of manners. The correct answer is option C, narrator. Narrator fits because it means the voice that tells a story. Comedy of manners and sestet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Tragedy is also different, author is the actual writer, protagonist is a leading character, audience is the reader or viewer. Question 71. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Gulliver's Travels? Option A, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Jonathan Swift. Option D, James Joyce. The correct answer is option C, Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift fits because Gulliver's Travels is a prose satire that attacks politics, science, pride, and human folly. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese, James Joyce is linked to Ulysses. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 72. Studying a CLEP-style clue, could industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels point to which literary period? Option A, Victorian. Option B, Renaissance. Option C, Romantic. Option D, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. The correct answer is option A, Victorian. Victorian fits because it is commonly linked with industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels. Romantic is different because romantic literature places greater emphasis on imagination, nature, and individual feeling. Anglo-Saxon/Old English and Renaissance point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 73. If a poem uses a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development, which device is present? Option A, alliteration. Option B, dramatic monologue. Option C, Bildungsroman. Option D, stream of consciousness. The correct answer is option C, Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman fits because it means a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development. Alliteration and dramatic monologue refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Stream of consciousness is also different, epic is a heroic poem, allegory uses sustained symbolic meaning, satire mocks vice. Question 74. Can lyrical ballads help identify which author? Option A, Derek Walcott. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, William Wordsworth. Option D, Geoffrey Chaucer. The correct answer is option C, William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth fits because Lyrical Ballads is a landmark romantic collection favoring ordinary language, nature, feeling, and imagination. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales, Derek Walcott is linked to Omrose. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 75. Which work is tied to W.B. Yeats? Option A, Beowulf. Option B, Things Fall Apart. Option C, Robinson Crusoe. Option D, The Second Coming. The correct answer is option D, The Second Coming. The Second Coming fits because it is W.B. Yeats's work, a modernist symbolic poem known for apocalyptic imagery and historical disorder. Things Fall Apart is associated with Chinua Achebe, Beowulf is associated with anonymous Old English poet. Robinson Crusoe belongs with Daniel Defoe, not this author clue. Question 76. Recognizing the Duke describing a portrait points to which work? Option A, My Last Duchess. Option B, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option C, Gulliver's Travels. Option D, Othello. The correct answer is option A, My Last Duchess. Browning's Duke reveals control and jealousy while speaking about the portrait of his last duchess. Tennyson's elegy mourns Arthur Hallam, Arnold's lyric reflects faith and doubt, Keats's ode meditates on art. Question 77. Among these terms, which one names the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject? Option A, sestet. Option B, tone. Option C, symbolism. Option D, iambic pentameter. The correct answer is option B, tone. Tone fits because it means the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject. Symbolism and iambic pentameter refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Sestet is also different, mood is the feeling created in the reader, plot is event sequence, meter is rhythmic pattern. Question 78. Identify the device described as the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem. Option A, narrator. Option B, dramatic irony. Option C, tragedy. Option D, rhyme scheme. The correct answer is option D, rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme fits because it means the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem. Narrator and dramatic irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Tragedy is also different, meter is rhythm, diction is word choice, imagery is sensory language. Question 79. When George Orwell appears in review, which title fits? Option A, 1984. Option B, Mrs. Dalloway. Option C, The Second Coming. Option D, A Midsummer Night's Dream. The correct answer is option A, 1984. 1984 fits because it is George Orwell's work, a dystopian political novel about surveillance, language control and totalitarian power. Mrs. Dalloway is associated with Virginia Woolf, A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. The Second Coming belongs with W. B. Yeats, not this author clue. Question 80. Can you identify the technique when a story is told by a voice whose judgments seem limited, biased, or misleading? Option A, authorial biography. Option B, omniscient narrator. Option C, unreliable narrator. Option D, objective correlative. The correct answer is option C, unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator fits because an unreliable narrator gives readers reason to question the accuracy or fairness of the account. Omniscient narrator is wrong because omniscient narration is broadly all-knowing. Authorial biography and objective correlative describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 81. Preparing a CLEP-style clue among these titles, which one contains Belinda and the Stolen Lock of Hair? Option A, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option B, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option C, The Pilgrim's Progress. Option D, The Rape of the Lock. The correct answer is option D, The Rape of the Lock. Belinda is the fashionable figure at the center of Pope's mock heroic satire. Tess belongs to Hardy, Jane Eyre belongs to Bronte, Grendel belongs to Beowulf. Question 82. Studying a CLEP-style clue, how should a character clue about Hamlet be answered? Option A, The Second Coming. Option B, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option C, Hamlet. Option D, Sons and Lovers. The correct answer is option C, Hamlet. Hamlet is Shakespeare's Prince of Denmark in the revenge tragedy. Othello centers on jealousy, Volpone is Jonson's satire, Paradise Lost is Milton's epic. Question 83. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Great Expectations? Option A, Lord Byron. Option B, Charles Dickens. Option C, Derek Walcott. Option D, John Bunyan. The correct answer is option B, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens fits because Great Expectations is a Victorian Bildungsroman about Pip, class aspiration, guilt, and moral growth. Derek Walcott is linked to Omrose, John Bunyan is linked to The Pilgrim's Progress. Lord Byron points instead to Don Juan, so it does not match this clue. Question 84. Recognizing a mode using mystery, terror, isolation, haunted spaces, and psychological darkness points to which term? Option A, Gothic. Option B, octave. Option C, illusion. Option D, conceit. The correct answer is option A, Gothic. Gothic fits because it means a mode using mystery, terror, isolation, haunted spaces, and psychological darkness. Conceit and illusion refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Octave is also different. Pastoral idealizes the countryside, neoclassicism favors order and reason, comedy aims at laughter or social correction. Question 85. Which work is tied to Virginia Woolf? Option A, Mrs. Dalloway. Option B, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option C, Don Juan. Option D, The Rape of the Lock. The correct answer is option A, Mrs. Dalloway. Mrs. Dalloway fits because it is Virginia Woolf's work, a modernist novel using stream of consciousness, memory, and a single-day structure. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron. The Rape of the Lock is associated with Alexander Pope. Tess of the D'Urbervilles belongs with Thomas Hardy, not this author clue. Question 86. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, can a CLEP item about William Shakespeare point to which work? Option A, Mrs. Dalloway. Option B, Sonnets. Option C, King Lear. Option D, Beowulf. The correct answer is option C, King Lear. King Lear fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a tragedy about authority, family betrayal, madness, and suffering. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare. Beowulf is associated with anonymous Old English poet. Mrs. Dalloway belongs with Virginia Woolf, not this author clue. Question 87. Testing a CLEP-style clue, which period is most associated with humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama? Option A, neoclassical. Option B, Renaissance. Option C, modernism. Option D, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. The correct answer is option B, Renaissance. Renaissance fits because it is commonly linked with humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama. Anglo-Saxon/Old English is different because Old English literature is known for heroic epic and alliterative verse. Neoclassical and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 88. Choose the work most closely linked with William Blake. Option A, The Importance of Being Earnest. Option B, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option C, Hamlet. Option D, Tom Jones. The correct answer is option B, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Songs of Innocence and Experience fits because it is William Blake's work, visionary poems contrasting innocence, experience, social oppression and spiritual perception. The Importance of Being Earnest is associated with Oscar Wilde, Tom Jones is associated with Henry Fielding. Hamlet belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 89. When Christopher Marlowe appears in review, which title fits? Option A, Tristram Shandy. Option B, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option C, Omrose. Option D, Dr. Faustus. The correct answer is option D, Dr. Faustus. Dr. Faustus fits because it is Christopher Marlowe's work, a Renaissance tragedy about ambition, forbidden knowledge, and a bargain with the devil. Omrose is associated with Derek Walcott, A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. Tristram Shandy belongs with Lawrence Sterne, not this author clue. Question 90. During terminology review, which term matches a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events? Option A, Free indirect discourse. Option B, Simile. Option C, Dramatic irony. Option D, Epic. The correct answer is option D, Epic. Epic fits because it means a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events. Simile and free indirect discourse refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Dramatic irony is also different. Lyric poetry focuses on personal feeling, comedy resolves conflict happily, essay presents prose argument. Question 91. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with sonnets from the Portuguese? Option A, Lord Byron. Option B, Salman Rushdie. Option C, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option D, Geoffrey Chaucer. The correct answer is option C, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Elizabeth Barrett Browning fits because Sonnets from the Portuguese is a Victorian sonnet sequence exploring love, voice, and devotion. Lord Byron is linked to Don Juan, Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales. Salman Rushdie points instead to Midnight's Children, so it does not match this clue. Question 92. Identify the writer normally connected with Volpone. Option A, William Shakespeare. Option B, Charles Dickens. Option C, Ben Jonson. Option D, T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option C, Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson fits because Volpone is a Jacobean satirical comedy exposing greed, deception, and moral corruption. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Waste Land. Charles Dickens is linked to Great Expectations. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 93. How should a CLEP author clue for Ulysses be answered? Option A, Seamus Heaney. Option B, Virginia Woolf. Option C, James Joyce. Option D, Samuel Johnson. The correct answer is option C, James Joyce. James Joyce fits because Ulysses is a modernist novel associated with stream of consciousness, mythic parallels, and one-day structure. Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. Samuel Johnson is linked to preface to Shakespeare. Seamus Heaney points instead to North, so it does not match this clue. Question 94. Examining a CLEP-style clue during passage analysis, which term matches the clue that a question asks for the speaker's attitude toward a subject? Option A, tone. Option B, setting. Option C, plot. Option D, mood. The correct answer is option A, tone. Tone fits because tone names the speaker's or author's attitude, such as ironic, reverent, skeptical, or mournful. Mood is wrong because mood is the feeling created in the reader. Plot and setting describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 95. Considering a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to Alfred, Lord Tennyson? Option A, Hard Times. Option B, My Last Duchess. Option C, Waiting for Godot. Option D, In Memoriam AHH. The correct answer is option D, In Memoriam AHH. In Memoriam AHH fits because it is Alfred, Lord Tennyson's work, a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens. My Last Duchess is associated with Robert Browning. Waiting for Godot belongs with Samuel Beckett, not this author clue. Question 96. Reviewing a CLEP style clue, can a CLEP item about William Shakespeare point to which work? Option A, The Tempest. Option B, Macbeth. Option C, Volpone. Option D, North. The correct answer is option B, Macbeth. Macbeth fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a tragedy of ambition, prophecy, regicide, guilt, and disorder. North is associated with Seamus Heaney, The Tempest is associated with William Shakespeare. Volpone belongs with Ben Jonson, not this author clue. Question 97. Among these works, which one is by Samuel Johnson? Option A, The Temple. Option B, Preface to Shakespeare. Option C, To His Coy Mistress. Option D, The Tempest. The correct answer is option B, Preface to Shakespeare. Preface to Shakespeare fits because it is Samuel Johnson's work, an important neoclassical critical essay defending Shakespeare while noting faults. The Tempest is associated with William Shakespeare, The Temple is associated with George Herbert. To His Coy Mistress belongs with Andrew Marvell, not this author clue. Question 98. Choose the work most closely linked with Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option A, Midnight's Children. Option B, To His Coy Mistress. Option C, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option D, Sons and Lovers. The correct answer is option C, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner fits because it is Samuel Taylor Coleridge's work, a supernatural romantic ballad involving guilt, punishment, and imaginative vision. To His Coy Mistress is associated with Andrew Marvell, Midnight's Children is associated with Salman Rushdie. Sons and Lovers belongs with D. H. Lawrence, not this author clue. Question 99. When a passage shows a 9-line stanza with 8 lines of iambic pentameter and a final alexandrine, which term fits? Option A, paradox. Option B, Spenserian stanza. Option C, synecdoche. Option D, pastoral. The correct answer is option B, Spenserian stanza. Spenserian stanza fits because it means a 9-line stanza with 8 lines of iambic pentameter and a final alexandrine. Pastoral and synecdoche refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Paradox is also different, heroic couplet has 2 rhymed lines, blank verse is unrhymed iambic pentameter, ottava rima has 8 lines. Question 100. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue during terminology review, which term matches drama focused on serious conflict, suffering, and often a fall or death? Option A, irony. Option B, conceit. Option C, kenning. Option D, tragedy. The correct answer is option D, tragedy. Tragedy fits because it means drama focused on serious conflict, suffering, and often a fall or death. Conceit and kenning refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Irony is also different, comedy usually moves towards social restoration, farce depends on broad absurdity, pastoral idealizes rural life.